President Trump has backed the Kentucky high school students who were filmed taunting a Native American man at the Lincoln Memorial as new footage emerged revealing a touchy clash with Hebrew Israelites beforehand. Nick Sandman, a Covington Catholic high school student, was filmed wearing a MAGA hat while staring down 64-year-old Nathan Phillips during an altercation at the memorial in Washington, D.C. on Friday. The short video that went viral over the weekend showed Sandman appearing to smirk while a crowd of other teens laughed derisively behind him as the Native American man played a traditional chant on a drum. The student and their parents had insisted that they were first targeted by a group of black men. A longer video has since emerged showing the teens in a standoff against members of a group, calling itself the Black Hebrew Israelites, in the lead-up to the altercation with the Native American. All three groups were in D.C. for various protests. The students attended a rally to end abortion, the Israelites were protesting centuries of oppression, and Native Americans marching to end injustice for indigenous peoples across the globe. The Israelites were filmed taunting everyone on the mall that day, calling the Native Americans who had gathered there for the Indigenous Peoples March Uncle Tomahawks and $5 Indians and the high school students crackers and worse. Trump himself weighed in with a tweet on Monday night as some reports questioned whether the early criticism of the students was warranted. Looking like Nick Sandman and Covington Catholic students were treated unfairly with early judgments proving out to be false, smeared by media. Not good, but making big comeback. Trump tweeted, in part. The president's son, Don Jr., also weighed in claiming that the media targeted Sandman and his classmates because they were white and wearing MAGA hats. The media want a bunch of nice Catholic kids, who happen to be white. They want them to be the enemy, Don Jr. said on Fox News. I would caution everyone passing judgment based on a few seconds of video to watch the longer video clips that are on the internet, as they show a much different story than is being portrayed by people with agendas, Sandman, a junior, said in a statement released late Sunday. Sandman's statement does seem at odds with some video from the confrontation that showed students from his school laughing at Phillips' Native American group and mockingly singing along with him, as well as interviews with Phillips, who said he heard the students shout "Build that wall" and "Go back to the reservation." The fullest view of what happened that Friday afternoon came from a nearly 2-hour video posted on Facebook by Sher Yakataz Benyamin. It showed members of his Black Hebrew Israelite group repeatedly interacting with the crowd as people from the Indigenous Peoples March and the high school students vigorously argued with them for a few minutes. Sandman said in his statement the students from his all-male high school were waiting for their buses near Benyamin's group when the latter started to taunt them. They first labeled the teens a bunch of child-molesting ts single quote because they were part of the Catholic Church and then said they all had the faces of school shooters and were crackers and pecker woods, two derogatory terms that historically have been used against poor, rural white people. The Israelites, among their musings, defended Bill Cosby, claiming he was judged unfairly by the white judicial system for drugging and sexually assaulting women. The students, for the most part, did not respond to their taunts aggressively, but one screamed "Hallelujah" when one from the Israelites group said that their education had been paid for by the bloodshed of slavery. One of the students was filmed taking off his shirt and the teens started to do a haka, a war dance of New Zealand's indigenous Maori culture, made famous by the country's national rugby team. Phillips, an elder of the Omaha tribe, and Marcus Freyo, a member of the Pawnee and Seminole tribes, said they felt the students were mocking the dance and walked over to intervene. Phillips and Sandman locked eyes with their faces inches apart, and both men have said their goal was simply to make sure things didn't get out of hand. The incident went viral and divided the internet. Some said the students had done nothing wrong and that Phillips approached them eager to provoke them. Others maintained they were mocking the man, who has said he served in the Vietnam War, for his Native American heritage. The high schoolers, who were in Washington, D.C. to attend an anti-abortion protest, said they felt they were unfairly portrayed as villains in a situation where they say they were not the provocateurs. "I am being called every name in the book, including a racist, and I will not stand for this mob-like character assassination," Sandman said in his statement. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Covington apologized for the incident, promising an investigation that could lead to punishment up to expulsion if any wrongdoing by the students was determined. "We condemn the actions of the Covington Catholic High School students towards Nathan Phillips specifically, and Native Americans in general. We extend our deepest apologies to Mr. Phillips," they said in a statement. Meanwhile, the school has also now been called out for allowing students to wear blackface at pep rallies over the last decade. In a video posted on YouTube, there are several images of students attending Braveheart marches, dressed in hunting clothes and at various other theme parties. Among them are photos and video from a 2011 event called Blackout, where at least one student painted his upper body with black paint. At a separate event in 2012, 2 students were covered in black paint. In one shocking image, students wearing blackface openly goad a black player from an